I loved the weirdness of Care Bears Nutcracker so much, I went back and found the first Care Bears movie. So we're going to talk about that today. This is really like a top tier, weirdly scary children's media movie. So here we are discussing Care Bears movie, which came out in 1985. I read on the wiki that this movie made a lot of money, but critics were really mean about it. So then when they made the next one, it got like a smaller release and people were still mean. So every subsequent movie got like a smaller release because people kept being mean about it. Are they amazing movies? No, but I guess people weren't quite on board with media made specifically to sell toys. But also it's the 80s. Like, what are the top shows that you know about from the 80s? Or is that the 90s? Like Transformers? G.I. Joe? My Little Pony? Although maybe it's because all of those were old by the time I was watching TV that I don't really care. But I will say, this movie is best watched illegally online and sped up to 2 times speed. Maybe have a little drinky drink in hand while you watch it. Before we get any further and actually discuss this movie, hi, I'm Bailey. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. You're probably my friend and I sent it to you, so like, you're being a good friend right now. If you are not my friend that I sent it to, you are also being a good friend to me. Thank you for watching this video. Today on the mic, we have Green Baby wearing my birthday present from Lola. Thank you, Lola. I love it so much. I hope you like. I swear to God, there is a reason that she's dressed like a clown. And it's not just because Lola gave this to me for my birthday and I thought it was hilarious and immediately put Green Baby in it. I don't think she's ever looked better. The hat also just really makes it for me. So this movie starts with a big room full of white kids being entertained before bed by Mr. and Mrs. Cherrywood, and the kids call them Mr. and Mrs. Cherrywood. Mr. decides that he's going to tell them a story before bed about when Kim and Jason met the Care Bears. And then we get a song that I didn't like. Care-a-Lot is a place we all can go. And I about screamed when I found out this was Carole King. I love Carole King. What is she doing here? Baffling. You know what's also baffling? Mr. Cherrywood is voiced by Mickey Rooney. Where did the budget for this come from?
The dolls.
You can tell that this is old because the colors are not very saturated, and also everything looks like you could bite it. Nice and round and fluffy. Like bread. If you were to bite the things in this movie, it would have the consistency of bread. We see the Cloudmobile carrying Friend Bear and Secret Bear. We're just going to call them Friend and Secret. It crashes and they run into Kim and Jason, who are in need of friends because they've decided not to love anymore ever since their parents went away. They don't elaborate further on what that means. And these bears have like Santa level knowledge about Kim and Jason, and they're just being rude. They're like, dude, get away from me. What the hell? Cut to Tenderheart finding Nicholas. He's a magician's assistant who's never had any friends. So I guess the Care Bears just kind of meander around and find people to befriend. This magician is named Mr. Fettuccine. First of all, diabolical. Second of all, doesn't he look like the magician from Frosty the Snowman? Maybe like combined with Frosty the Snowman? It's the mustache. A magic book starts talking to Nicholas. And the book is scary. Why is it scary? And a little bit hot. The Care Bears are setting up a computer or something to help them find people that are in need of help, but white kids only. There was a star stuck in it. I have yet to understand the stars and what they do and why they're here. The babies are around, just vaguely being menaces, and turn on the rainbow beam, which makes Friend, Secret, Kim, and Jason appear in Care-a-Lot. So then there's a musical number to welcome the kids to Care-a-Lot. And at first, I genuinely could not tell if this was voiceover or them singing. A lot like Garfield, where you're like, I don't believe this voice is coming out of you. But then we see other bears singing. We never actually see Secret Bear saying words, so Secret Bear sings in voiceover.
But if your troubles stay all stuck inside, they're gonna grow till they're too big to hide.
Meanwhile, the book tells Nicholas that he can have friends if he does magic. Because I have to unlock the book. This book has like some of the best sound effects ever. This is amazing.
Real magic. Magic that can make your fondest wish come true.
And then it like gives him spells to do magic. Clearly, he's being manipulated by the magic book. The book puts Tenderheart in a cage, but he escapes and follows Nicholas. Nicholas is doing a show in front of other children, and the book embarrasses him so that he will use magic to teach them a lesson. Ugh. And the lesson, the like magic spell she uses, makes everybody in the audience start fighting. So Tenderheart's like, oh shit, I need backup for this one. When he gets back to Care-a-Lot, everybody's playing, and this is when I was like, yeah, I don't think Secret Bear talks out loud to us. A weird blast slams Care-a-Lot. Sorry, a cloud quake. There's a cloud quake. The care meter drops multiple points. I guess that's how much everybody cares, but specifically like this town. Oh, I said that there was a reason she was dressed as a clown. Mr. Fettuccine and Nicholas are part of like a carnival. So clown to match Nicholas's upbringing in the circus carnival thing. Also because it's funny. There's great sound effects happening. And then we find out that there's like a couple who wants to adopt Kim and Jason, and they decide that they're going to help the Care Bears instead of just going home. The Rainbow Rescue Beam breaks while there's people being transported, and the bears back home don't know where they ended up. They say that they're gone somewhere between here and Earth, whatever that means, wherever that is. They try to repair the beam and then decide to take a boat to Earth. I like their little raincoats though. The beam dropped Friend, Secret, Kim, and Jason in a magic land, and the Care Bear cousins are here. I recognize them, but they don't have their cutie marks yet, which just like they feel naked. They never wear clothes, but they feel naked because they don't have the like marks on their tummies. We find out that this place is called the Forest of Feelings, and we meet a monkey and a lion, Playful Heart and Braveheart. I don't really want to go through all the names. We won't then. There's a musical number where they each describe where they live.
But I have a tree that plays with me.
My favorite part is when somebody's excited about hydroplaning.
Look, I'm hydroplaning.
Okay, and then we see stars. Like, back home, they're trying to fix the beam, and the stars talk. Are they like the assistants in Princess Charm School, the little fairy guys? I can't tell. I really don't think we see them ever again in this movie. The cousins agree to help the bears and humans find a way out of the Forest of Feelings. The book shows Nicholas the group that are trying to stop him, and he doesn't care. The book encourages Nicholas to curse everybody, not just his town, and it says she has a lesson for everybody, but doesn't elaborate when Nicholas asks for more details. Bedtime Bear tries to drown by falling asleep in the river and is rescued by Cozy Heart Penguin. I had a Cozy Heart Penguin when I was a kid. I loved it. Also, I had Wish Bear, and I genuinely thought Wish Bear was Bedtime Bear. So then whenever I look at Bedtime Bear, I'm like, that's not Bedtime Bear. He looks wrong. And I found out that I just misremembered it. So then the book sends, they just start calling it Evil Spirit. So she like does curse. Evil Spirit comes and creates a whirlpool to drag the boat down. But a star saves them, and I really don't think we see them ever again in this movie. They meet Lots of Heart Elephant, who's pink now. I feel like he wasn't pink in Nutcracker, but I might also just be losing my mind. The book is basically making the potions by itself at this point. The care meter is down to 5. If it reaches 0, it's gone forever. I don't understand how one town has such an effect, but okay. This kind of feels like Disney fairies, where it's like this select group goes to this small area but says they take care of the whole world. Curse tries to get Kim and Jason. Swift-Heart Rabbit saves the day. Raccoon snuck onto the boat and got out. Now we just keep bouncing back and forth between the group that has the kids and the group that's in the boat as they meet more and more of these Care Bear cousins that are naked. The two groups do merge, and they all combine to do the Care Bear stare together, and more fantastic sound effects happen. Thank you very much. Banish the evil spirit. And now we have another musical number to assemble the animals of the forest.
There's a job to be done. We're gonna need everyone.
And something weird is happening with the animation. Watch Kim clap. The book tells Nicholas to do the final spell when the group arrives, and they all come out of the tunnel of love. They give Jason the key to the book and tell him stay away so that nobody takes it. He says they can count on him, which always goes exactly the way that they say it will. Nicholas is collecting things to make a spell for a world without love. He is not looking well. There is also something about him that reminds me of, what's his name? The boy, Arthur, in Sword in the Stone. I should watch that movie. I haven't watched it in a long time. The kids run into Nicholas, and then we have this bizarre chase scene. They all whisper instead of yelling, which is more unsettling than if they were screaming. Like that, I don't like that.
Look out! Hurry out! Get away! Oh dear! Watch out! Run for cover.
Also, the music is weirdly upbeat.
The spirit's got a hold. Look out! Look out! He's forgotten.
Nicholas can shoot lasers now. He shoots them at the forest animals. We cut to Grumpy and Lucky trying to fix the rainbow bridge. Nicholas is finishing the spell, but now he kind of doesn't want to, so the book forces his hand. All of the Care Bears are in the room, but the spirit sends them away, and the Care Bear stare didn't work even with all of them. And then Nicholas floats out of the room and creepily whispers at them. Why do we use so much whispering? It's unsettling. So maybe more kids media needs creepy whispering. Care Bears won't give up. Good Luck, and Grumpy arrive. They just appear. The bridge, they fixed it. The Care Bears stare a rainbow at the book, and the forest of feelings creatures just holler, and it helps. I don't know what's happening with the book here. I can't tell. Human children appeal to Nicholas, and he believes them that they really do want to be his friends. So then he closes the book, and Jason takes his sweet time taking out the key to lock it, and it gives the evil spirit enough time to take the key and get rid of it. But don't worry, Secret Bear makes a key appear out of his tummy. Why was that always an option? And then they lock the book. The world goes back to normal, and Nicholas looks gray next to Kim and Jason. Fettuccine decides that he's going to be nice to Nicholas now. This is when I went, I bet Nicholas names himself Mr. Cherrywood. And Kim is Mrs. The forest animals are inaugurated into the Care Bears family, and I'm not quite sure how I feel when I see the baby sitting on Braveheart's lap. Like, it feels uncle paternal, but also, this is the first time we've seen anybody sit on anybody's lap. We get another musical number, and there's no way this voice is coming out of Tenderheart.
And when you care together, you become a family, and it's great to be.
And then, suddenly, it becomes a sing-along. The carnival is popping off. Nicholas is doing great in his magic show. And then we see Kim and Jason in the audience. Kim says, "Hey, Jason, aren't parents great? I mean, I guess. This feels like propaganda." I know, we cut back to the prequel of the story that low-key I kind of forgot that there were kids there. They have fallen asleep. And also, I was right. Nicholas and Kim are Mr. and Mrs. Cherrywood. I think they're foster parents, just by the Mr. and Mrs. I do think it's sweet that they went on to become foster parents, considering the experience that they both had. But I do think it is odd how they decided to house these kids all sleeping in one room. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the 80s. And that is the end of the movie. So, it was less ridiculous than Nutcracker. It was scarier than Nutcracker. I think that more children's media should have scary whispering, just to unsettle them. It unsettled me. I think that, honestly, it is the kind of movie that could launch a toy line if it came out at the right time. And this was, before K-pop Demon Hunters took over everything, and Frozen, and I feel like we can draw a line back, but there's only so far back that I can go because I am cool and hip and young. So I feel like K-pop Demon Hunters, but the problem is they don't really have the merch in line. There's not really merch right now because of supply chain stuff and them not thinking that it was going to be a hit. So I guess we can go back and just Encanto, Frozen, I'd argue Shrek, before that Minions, where there's just the things that launch toy lines. There's Barbie movies, G.I. Joe, Transformers, My Little Pony. So I'd have to do more research. Honestly, that could be a fun YouTube video essay, is the history of this exists to sell this only exists to sell toys. Not we sold toys to promote this. That could be fun. I don't know when the last time I did actual research was, beyond write a movie and take notes on it. Maybe I could use my brain for once. Nutcracker made me a fan of Tenderheart, and he's barely in this one. So justice for my boy. I wonder how they picked who got to be featured so much for the movies. But overall, I think I would give this movie a 3 out of 5. when you watch it in 2 times speed, it's like 40 minutes of your day, and I think that's all the more time it should take out of it. I enjoyed it, yes. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to watch it again or with other people, but I will talk about it online. It didn't really feel like there was a big moral I was supposed to take away other than like be kind to one another, which is like every child media. The takeaway they wanted is I should care about the people around me and I should be nice and be friendly so that they don't curse the world. Yeah. So don't pay to watch this movie. Watch it illegally on 2 times speed. And also wear your clown suit. Thanks, Lola. But yeah, so that is really all I have to say about it. Not much. Just strange movie. Oh man, I should have done this whole thing whispering. I'll do my outro whispering. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Wait, I have to do like angry. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, please subscribe, please share. Please follow me on TikTok at BOYHDGN. Please make a donation to your PBS station so that people who need it to be free can continue to have it for free. Also, call your representatives at the state level, at the federal level, and tell them that we have to get ICE out of our communities. I'm cutting myself off so I don't just go on a rant. Okay, bye.